What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? In news that is probably shocking to 0% of Commanders fans or NFL fans worldwide, Jayden Daniels, for the third time in 4 weeks, has won the Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week. And let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? It's Thursday. We are now 3 days away from our Week 5 matchup against Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns, coming in with a 1-3 record. Our quarterback is collecting accolades on a regular basis. The new norm for the 2024 season at the moment is that Jayden Daniels is going to win every award possible. 3-time Rookie of the Week in 4 weeks. He won the Nickelodeon MVP of the week. He got slimed and got a Nickelodeon award. He also won FedEx Aaron Ground Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week last week. He's winning so many awards so far, I cannot keep count. I told you to open up that trophy case because it's the cupboard is not going to be bare anymore. But one man should not have all this power. Words to the great at the time, Kanye West. No one man should have all this power. Through 4 weeks of the season, we cannot relate to what other rookie quarterbacks or most young quarterbacks in the league are going through right now. And it's not just the rookies. Other than CJ Stroud, most of the young quarterbacks league-wide are struggling in 2024. Actually, a lot of offenses are struggling in 2024. Not the Commanders' offense. We are scoring at a 64% clip. 64% of our drives in 2024 have resulted in some type of points, and that is unheard of with a rookie quarterback. This is not normal. This is not, whatever. It's just a war. He's already won more Rookie of the Weeks than CJ Stroud won last year, who won the Rookie of the Year and took the Houston Texans to the playoff. Maybe people were on to something with the fallacy that Washington needs to be Houston East, because nothing's normal about what the Houston Texans did last year, going straight to the playoffs with rookie everything, new everything, trying to instill a culture. But maybe guys were on to something. Appreciate you, Goody Two Shoes. He said you are phenomenal with the news. Hey, we're doing this now. This is me, SPN. Re-SPN, man. When it comes out about the Commanders, I'll be on here reporting as soon as it does. These JD5 haters are so upset. Seeing someone say that the league will catch up. Yeah, that's my thing right now. Shout out to my boy DMV, Dallas Cowboys fan. He said, man, once they get the film, hey, I'm going to stop you right there, Chief. Once they get the film on you, you can get the film on a special quarterback. Just to relate, the Cowboys' rookie season was magical with Dakota Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. The league got tape of Dakota Prescott. He still had quite a lucrative and productive career and just became the highest paid quarterback of all time. You know who's more talented than Dakota Prescott? You're looking at him. JD5, Jayden Daniels. So we've heard that's all people can say right now. There's no pushback to his game. He is a virtuoso rookie quarterback, phenom, and already a superstar in this league in his first 4 games. There's no real pushback or critique. So they got to say the common retort, man, when the league gets some film on him, when the league figures him out, the offense we're running is so efficient. And he hasn't even been unleashed yet. We haven't even had to see Jayden Daniels drop back and throw that shit 40 times in a game yet. We haven't even seen Jayden Daniels break the big run yet. The one that steals the souls of defenses, like Dan Quinn told you during the draft process. Charles, another one. They don't want us. Yeah, they don't want us to have great things. They don't want us to have nice things. They all see it coming. They see the vision, bro, and it's as bright as day. Washington is turning this thing around. We got the right guy calling the shot. What's going on, Glenn? What's going on, Shatter Limerick? He'll be better than Stroud by next season. That's ambitious. But I like it. I don't know if I hope so. No huddle and coming out in a different formation with the same personnel is mad genius. Oh my God. That drive was a masterclass. Watching Dan Orlovsky and Marcus Spears talk about that on ESPN, bro, the national media loves us. The national media loves us. That whole Steph Warriors comparison to Jayden in Washington, that gets me so excited because Steph Curry absolutely changed the face of the Golden State Warriors and reinvigorated a fan base that was very passionate but had not seen much success since the run, the Chris Mullins, Mitch Richmond area way back in the day. But man, I'm looking around at the other rookie quarterbacks. I'm looking at Bo Nix and Caleb Williams. I think Bo Nix is going to be a solid quarterback in this league. I think Caleb Williams can still be a superstar in this league. But them boys are struggling right now, and I can't relate to that shit. And I have no sympathy for either of those teams. Don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. Don't want to hear it. Oh, but Shane Waldron or you guys' O-line is, whoa, buddy. Hold your horses, because we were predicted to have a bottom 3 O-line in the league because that's what it was last year. Look at what the difference coaching makes. Look at the difference coaching makes. Look at the difference of one Adam Peters off season. Just one. Realistically, we were never going to check all of our boxes. We were never going to solve all of our problems in one off season, but how do you go from a bottom 3 offensive line in the league to a top 5 through the first 4 weeks of the season offensive line? Bobby Johnson was the coach of the worst line in the league last year, and he's leading a top 5 offensive line. We are dual-wielding left tackles with Cornelius Lucas, who's been a long-time swing tackle journeyman, and rookie third-rounder Brandon Coleman. We brought in Nick Allegretti to take over at left guard, and he's been mauling folks. Please be okay, because I want that cohesion and synergy to continue to build as we go forward into this season. And you know what Sam Cosmi do. Tyler Biadasz, Dallas fan, man, we're not going to miss Tyler Biadasz. Man, he is balling right now. Y'all saw Jayden holding on to the back of that jersey as he guided his way to a touchdown last week on the ground. And at right tackle, even Andrew Wiley is turning a new leaf. Is it because he's healthier? Andrew Wiley said he's having the time of his life and the most fun he's ever had on a football field right now. Andrew Wiley played for the Chiefs and won a Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls. And he's talking about, I think he just won 1. And he said he's having the time of his life playing football right now. Jayden makes it fun. Cliff makes it fun. Playing for Dan Quinn makes it fun. And clearly Bobby Johnson can coach offensive linemen. And it was the personnel and trash cans like Evan Neal who were first round top 5 bust. That was the reason why we were looking at him crazy when he came in. The Giants' problem is a giant problem, not a us problem. I love to see it. Rodney said weeks ago that if given time and a decent system, he would amaze, get used to it. LSU fan, hey, y'all making me an LSU fan. I'm about to cop a snapback. I got to cop me an LSU snap. I feel like I need to support the program because I'm so grateful for this quarterback. I'm so grateful for Jayden Daniels right now because we're not even seeing the best version. We're not seeing the mature version of this guy yet. We're seeing the infant stage version of Jayden Daniels already find success. And it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. This offense, come on, man. Nobody, as much as we've been excited about Jayden, there's no way anybody could have projected him to come out and have the most accurate 4-week span in NFL history. Like, what? We can hit all the Khaled joints. Ain't nobody messing with the click. All we do is win. Yeah, I know. Another one, all the DJ Khaled shit. This fan base needs to embrace success and not fear it. Attack it. What's your prediction for how many players on the roster make the Pro Bowl? It's very early. It's very early. But that quarterback you're looking at, I could go ahead and count 1 in there. Brian Robinson, probably. If we can continue to get Terry in the end zone, he could be in there as well. But Pro Bowl voting and All-Pro voting, they look at stuff like the top units in the league. If this is somehow sustainable over a 17-week model, then we're going to get guys in off the strength. We're talking O-linemen. We're talking Tyler Biadasz, Sam Cosmi. We're talking about all types of people entering the fray and the conversation if the unit keeps going, but we got to keep stacking weeks. We're going to see. I'll say 4. All these haters are mainly Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Bears fans, and they're coping. The Giants fans, don't take it personal right now, because they're already doing 2025 and 2026 mock drafts. They're playing jersey swap bingo, and they're putting Giants jerseys on Shedeur Sanders right now, on Cam Ward, on Jalen Milroe, on Carson Beck, on Quintavious Ewers. That's what their life is right now. They get to go out and watch Malik Neighbors ball out and lose on a regular basis. They need to lean into it and actually suck and not go on some random heater that's going to do nothing to your season. But wishing the worst for the Giants, I hope in December they go on another 4-game win streak for no reason when they put Locke or Cutlets in the game. So Dallas fans, they're upset because Parsons is gone for a few weeks. DeMarcus Lawrence is gone for a few weeks, and they haven't looked very scary to start the season. They don't look spooky at all. They look vulnerable. They look beatable, and this looks like a division that's up for grabs for anyone who's willing to run away with it. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they got a lot that they're upset with right now. They brought over Vic Fangio and expected to see a dominant defense immediately, and they have not seen that so far. Ray Charles' voice, we got the right, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the words of Pops, they jealous. They envious, and let them be, because Philly is a mess. Nick Sirianni, it seems like as we go further and further, he is going to lose that locker room if they continue on the trajectory that they've been heading on since last year, when they finished the season 2-6 after a 10-1 start. I mean, you love to see it. I'm wishing the word. We are trending up while the division is trending down. And while we're in an evaluation season, we were always feeling that we have the least pressure in the division. We're playing with house money. Nothing that happens this year, unless the bottom absolutely fell out and we were to win 2 or 3 games, was going to ever be the case. So I swear everyone was basically saying we were going to get dogged all offseason. Now they want to flip their script. We play well. We ain't playing nobody. Exactly. You can't call us the nobodies that we're supposed to be playing and picking against us and then flip up and say we're playing nobody. And then the Bears fans, they're crashing out because they see the light. And the light for them is that they didn't clean house this offseason. You see, we put our rookie quarterback in an ideal situation. We married him to an offensive coordinator, to a head coach, and a general manager who all got here at the same time. Chicago has holdovers, lame ducks, guys that are playing and fighting for their job this year. So they put Caleb in a situation like, you got to win now or our goose is cooked. Our goose is cooked. So that's not a situation any rookie quarterback ever should want to be put in. Jayden gets to go out and play freely with no pressure on him. Caleb has to go out and try to be Superman right now because they have expectations in Chicago. And I hate that for him, but I love that for Chicago because their fans are talking crazy. And the more I see them talk, they're starting to expose how low their football IQ is as a fan base. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I feel good. This autumn air in the DMV is beautiful. It's sunny out. It got a nice chilly breeze to it. It feels wonderful. That wind hits different when you're sitting at the top of the division. DMV was yapping in that one video, but it's crazy when now all of a sudden Arizona and Cliff sucks, but they were on there, and Kyler sucks. They were on their nut sacks weeks. Exactly. Domination. We were supposed to get dogged in Arizona last week. We do the dogging, and all of a sudden we're bullies. We're beating up on bad teams. We're a bad team. We're a bad roster. on paper, but we're going out and executing. They're using Andrew Wiley's strengths at the right time, and that's run blocking and helping them with pass blocking. Exactly. The difference in coaching is the number of repetitions in practice. That's how a team can do that can roll out with no huddle and roll without. Yeah, I like it. I like it. You can just tell the cohesion's better. You can tell that the direction and the instructions are now more clear and more concise. The team actually looks prepared on a regular basis, driving down from Jersey to watch the game, safe travels, and go rep it hard down there. Bring the dub back home with you. The way the media switched, yeah, man, it's funny, man. It's funny. Another Rookie of the Week award. That's 3 of them. A Nickelodeon MVP award, FedEx Air and Ground award, NFC Player of the Week award. His Infinity Gauntlet is full. He is Rookie Thanos at this point. And damn, Jayden, you gonna let somebody else win the award? You gonna let somebody else have him? Let Caleb get one. Let Bo Nix get one. I'm just kidding. You can't get one when you're throwing for under 100 yards and winning football games. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to catch up because right now, Jayden is running laps around his rookie class. It's him and Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. It's the LSU boys. They're all going crazy. Dare I say, Brian Thomas going to go crazy in Jacksonville when he get a quarterback. Too soon, though. Too soon? Too soon or nah? Brian Thomas going to go crazy when he get a quarterback. What the fuck is going on with Trevor Lawrence down there, man? Don't forget the Raiders, too. They tried to trade 3 first-rounders for, oh, yeah. They're finding a way to win games down there. They beat Cleveland. They beat Baltimore. They're finding a way to win games. It's in disgusting fashion. And not only did they miss out on our quarterback, they had Cliff Kingsbury signed, sealed, and delivered. He accepted the job to be their head coach. And then not their head coach, their offensive coordinator. And then he Ben Johnson them. I don't know if Magic got on the phone. I don't know who made the phone call, but he said, oh. Y'all didn't hire an offensive coordinator yet down in D.C.? What are y'all thinking in the draft? They probably had some conversations like, yeah, it's going to be JD5, man. It's going to be Daniels. That's your archetype. You think you can coach that boy up? And he probably said, hold on, let me throw away this contract right quick and get the fuck up out of here because this situation stinks. Imagine your life as Cliff when you signed on to coach Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, and suddenly you're now coaching Jayden Daniels, who's the hottest new shit in the league. I was nervous hell about this O-line, possibly Sam Howell and JD, but no. And another reason that's not happening because JD is not Sam Howell. That is not a 5th-round draft pick right there. That is a bona fide top 2 quarterback. That is a Heisman Trophy winner. Those guys are not the same. They're not on the same stratosphere street. Nothing. None of that. Is also helping the O-line at moments. Veteran. I know it's a hot take and crazy, but if I'm Peters, I would call the Raiders and ask about Max Crosby. I know it ain't happening, but having Max would be crazy. It's a pipe dream, but I like how you think because Max Crosby is one of the best players in the league. I love his persona. I love his aura, his attitude, his swagger, his demeanor, and boy, can he rush the passer. Boy, can he's a dog, too, and we need more dog energy over here. How shocking would it be if Jayden isn't fazed by the Browns defense? I mean, he was fazed the week 1 versus Bowles defense, but he never looked like he was rattled despite them getting to him and making it uneasy for him all day. How bad is B-Rob? Oh, yeah, we're about to get to that in a second because the injury report is looking long as hell right now for the Commanders. It looks like a CVS receipt for the Browns and the Commanders, and I was not exactly prepared for that, but I don't think it's serious. I think the coaches may have spoke on it if it was more serious than that. But I raised this question since we can move over to the injury report. Let's say B-Rob actually did miss this game on Sunday. After what we did last week, if we're able to get Eckler back and it's the Eckler-McNichols show, how confident are you that this offense would still keep things rolling and keep business as usual on Sunday if B-Rob was out? What are y'all thoughts on that? Because the way this offense is looking, it looks personnel proof right now. Other than like the quarterback and like Terry, it almost feels like we can keep this shit rolling regardless of who we throw out there on that field. Let's look at this long ass injury report. Let's turn the page now. Shout out to Jayden for winning another award, another accolade. It's to be expected at this point, and we should no longer feel surprised when it happens because the boy is him. The boy is absolute him. Come on now. I'm trying to put my injury report on the screen. There we go. There we go. Let's look at this long ass injury report. Zach Ertz didn't practice, but that's because old man rest. Cleveland Farrell still not practicing because his knee. That issue was bigger than they wanted it to be, but we're getting production in other places. I'm not tripping. Dominique Hampton sick. Tyler Owens had a shin. He came out the game versus the Cardinals the other day. Brian Robinson with the knee. That's the one we're circling. Then we got Noah Brown, limited groin. Percy Butler, limited groin. We know what the deal is with Austin Eckler. Jerzon Johnny Newton, they're probably just not ramping him up in practice because they're trying to keep upping his pitch count during games. And the guys we just let off of the PUP list, Jordan McGee, Marcus Mariota, and F.A. Obata. Quan Martin's good to go. But when I look at this list, the big name that stands out is Brian Robinson. I don't think there's nothing serious going on. He's probably just a little sore. He's probably just, they're trying to rest and keep the tread on the tires fresh because he's getting a whole lot of usage, and they're going to need him on Sunday. They're going to need him on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. But it better be electric because we have done all of our real heavy lifting so far and our excitement on the road. We've taken this show on the road in Cincinnati. We've taken it on the road in Arizona. While we did pick up a win and our offense moved the ball up and down the field all week 2 versus the Giants, it didn't necessarily look pretty. This is the first time the polished version of our offense is in front of our home crowd. So maybe we can expect fireworks, even though Jim Schwartz, Myles Garrett, and those corners over there and their linebacker, JOK, that a lot of fans wanted. That's a good unit on that side. But we got a good unit on the offensive side. So it's gonna be a battle of attrition. I cannot wait to see what they look like Sunday. You uploaded your first shortened poll today, preview of Sunday's game to come. Thanks for telling you to just hit record. Hey, shout out to Jared and Deuce. Sometimes you just gotta go. It's got to pop out and show them, man. You got to hit that record button and you figure out the rest later. Congrats on starting your YouTube journey. I hope anyone who wants to start theirs does the same. Seemed pretty obvious towards the end that it was Jayden. Oh, yeah. What's going on, David? How we doing today, my dog? How we doing today, my dog? We're talking Jayden awards. We're talking Brian Robinson, precautionary, or something we need to monitor. Isn't the sign that a great offense is legit by dominating a terrible defensive? Yes. If we were barely winning, I'd get the argument. Exactly. We ain't beat no one is such flawed logic, especially considering the team we beat on Monday night, the Bengals. They're going to get their lives together very soon, and they're going to be a playoff football team again. So what exactly or entirely are we talking about? Thoughts on if Jayden and Caleb switch places, do you think they would have the same stats? Same stats that's definitely a hard argument to have, but I think Caleb would be in a much better environment to thrive, and Caleb's numbers would be significantly more than they are in Chicago. That's super hypothetical, though, so it's hard to say. But realistically speaking, Caleb's numbers would be way better over here. What's going on, Jaleb? How are you doing, my good sir? Hey, I know he's doing so good. It's the virtual set. Yeah, the virtual. They got him the virtual thing, that the virtual what is this shit called? Virtual reality headset that he uses to prepare for games. Apparently, not a lot of people use these things, but he did it at LSU and he showed incremental growth each season, and that works for the boy for real. It definitely works for the boy. I'm worried about this being a trap game. I'm not, because it's not a trap game because we haven't proven enough yet for it to be a trap game. I get what the theory says, trap game. The Browns are a better football team and they're more ahead of schedule than we are. We have a better record than them right now, but that's a playoff football team. We can't call this a trap game because we're not better than the opponent yet. This is a playoff football team, a playoff coach. a playoff defense. This is a good football team. They just started this season off super slow. It's the same thing with the Bengals. That's why I'm laughing at this. Y'all are beating bad team. No, we're not. The Bengals are not a bad football team. The Bengals are a very good football team. Is their defense playing like ass? Yes. Are they frauds in September? Always. But this is not a trap game because we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We haven't got there to call games trap games yet. You want to call a game a trap game? Call the Panthers game when we get there. When we get there in a few weeks on October 20th, that's a trap game because we have shown that we are better at football than the Carolina Panthers. But this is not a trap game. That's a good football team we're playing against this week. Confident, but B-Rob is the thunder to their lightning for sure. And he is balling the fuck out. He's on pace for 1,000 yards this year. B-Rob, I don't think he's injured. I don't think he's hurt for real. I think he's just, my knees sore. Hey, get him out of practice. Get him out of practice. Sit him down. I think it has the same effect of last week when Sam Cosmi popped up on the injury report with an Achilles. I'm looking at this injury report right now. Y'all see Sam Cosmi on this joint? Unless I'm blind, I don't see Sam Cosmi's name on here a week after he showed up with an Achilles on the injury report last week. So I'm going to treat this until I see or hear something different. I'm going to treat this like the same as Sam Cosmi. Big name player, injured, and these guys are fooled because they're just getting the green light, like John Legend. They just got the green light to be activated in the next 3 weeks. So don't expect any of them to play this weekend necessarily, but you already know. Exactly. Sam Cosmi is 100% with Achilles. Wow, he must heal like an alien. No, it's that fans, we overreact to injury reports. We see names pop up. I remember playing football back in the day, bro. If you reported an injury, we didn't do injury reports in high school, obviously, but guys get held out of practice for saying I had a cramp in my leg. Guys get held out of practice for I'm feeling a little under the weather today. They have to list it in the league. It is league protocol to say and list an injury if you hold a guy out of practice. So don't think it's not necessarily something big with Brian Robinson. It is not necessarily something big. B-Rob hurt, but he ain't injured. He's fine. That boy is going to play on Sunday. I think he's Gucci. You peeped on First Take. They asked if it's an overreaction for JD to be in the MVP conversation. Media is glazing heavy. And while I do appreciate all of it, I appreciate all the glaze, all the overreactions, and all the conversation that my team and my quarterback do not yet belong in. Let's keep it at spade. Jayden's not going to win the MVP of the NFL, and that's okay. He's going to win the Rookie of the Year most likely. Rookies don't win the MVP even when their numbers dictate they could. C.J. Stroud had good enough numbers compared to Lamar last year to win the MVP, but MVP is kind of political. It's always going to usually go to a starting quarterback on one of the best or better teams in the NFL, and the Ravens had the best record in the league last year. They're not going to give that award to a rookie. I believe Jim Brown is the only rookie to ever outright win the MVP of the league. They're going to do everything they can to never give an MVP to rookie. But boy, would that be earth-shattering if we had a guy that was capable of winning. If he's even in the conversation, that means we did something dramatically correct in 2024 going, yep, now we are on the rise. I know it's the new norm around here, O'Neal. 3 Rookie of the Weeks in 4 weeks, a Nickelodeon MVP award, FedEx Aaron Brown, and NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Where y'all at, Kayla? Where y'all at, Bo Nix? Harrison Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., Neighbors got one, but where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? And everyone should be a good team to us coming from a 4-13 season so that you have it. Exactly. A 4-13 team plays a 4-13 schedule, but we're playing good football team. Everybody was on the Cardinals' dick until we washed them. Nobody in the world gave us a chance on Monday night to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Nobody even thought we were going to beat the Giants because the Washington teams of the past always lose to the Giants. I'm here to tell you, We need to stop looking at this team out of the lens of the past team. So when we say Washington doesn't beat the Giants, Washington doesn't win in Monday night in prime time, Washington doesn't win in the desert, Washington always falls for the trap game. We gotta shake that shit up. We gotta dust that shit off our shoulders and turn a new leaf because that's what our team is doing. Let's build on it defensively. We get a bad offensive team right now for our defense. And you know our defense can desperately use a bad football team. Do they have good players? Absolutely. They got good players on the line, but their line is playing terribly. They got good running back in Jerome Ford. They might get Nick Chubb back sometime soon. He's not playing versus Washington on Sunday. He looks spry, though. He looks good. Deshaun Watson, once upon a time, was a very, very, very good to great quarterback in this league, but that offense is sputtering. This is the week to unleash the hounds, Joe Witt Jr. This is the worst offense we're going to play that we've played so far, and that's including the Giants. You know who beat these boys a couple weeks ago? The New York Giants. Scoring 30 points a game is insane. Anybody, anywhere, anytime. Coming off a year where we average less than 20 points a game. And speaking of 20 points a game, our opponent this weekend has not scored 20 points in a game all year. You think they get that 20 on Sunday? Really don't care as long as we win the game. JD5 also got Rookie of the Month. First time since RG3. Damn, another one? He got Rookie of the Month too? Holy shit. Let's go. Let's go. B-Rob is apparently on the radio right now on JP and Finley, or on B Mitch and Finley. If he says anything, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what's going on with B-Rob on the radio. I'm sure if there's a thing, yep, Rookie of the Month, Offensive Rookie of the Month. Add another fucking award for Jayden Daniels. Let's go. Add another one. 3-time Rookie of the Week. 1-time Nickelodeon Player of the Week. FedEx Air and Ground Player of the Week. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And now Rookie of the Month for quarterback Jayden Daniels. Let's fucking go, everybody. Let's go. It's time to get an interception. It is time to get an interception. And like David said, that's our first Rookie of the Month since RG3 because Ron came in here and missed on 1,000 draft picks while he was here. Let's go, everybody. Breaking news. Jayden Daniels is your NFL Rookie of the Month. Let's go. I'm going to have to change the title for this video. Let's go. The awards do not stop for our quarterback. They keep pouring in, and you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. I love this kid, man. I love this kid, and I love this ride we're on with Jayden Daniels right now. This feels so good, and I think as fans, we deserve this. That's why when everybody says pump the brakes, it's just week 4. To that, I say, no, we're going to enjoy this shit, goddammit. We're going to enjoy this shit. You know how miserable it is to be here right now? I mean, no, not right now. You know how miserable it's been to be here? We deserve to poke our chests out and be hyped. We deserve it. We deserve it. And nobody's going to tell us otherwise. I'm excited, man. We're stacking up. Talk nice to my quarterback. Talk to us nice. Talk to my head coach nice. Talk to my offensive coordinator nice. And it's time that Joe Witt Jr. unleashes the hounds on Thursday night. You know how you create a Madden player as your quarterback and you make him do everything, Rio? This is what JD5 is. Is he something out of a lab? And not only are you putting all of his stats up on the game, you're making him off the field check all the boxes as well. You're making him a guy that does not care what the media is talking about, but also is media polished enough to never give them bulletin board material. A guy that is laser focused and over prepared. Emphasis on over prepared. You're never going to see Jayden look shell shocked out there. He doesn't get happy feet. Even veteran quarterbacks get happy feet. Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls And this Bama was getting happy feet in the pocket in year 14. Jayden doesn't get happy feet in the pocket. He doesn't always make the correct read, but what 23-year-old quarterback in his third, fourth, second, and first NFL game is going to make every read correctly? We're watching the infant stage early process, and we're already seeing an early return, and there should be no complaints about our quarterback as of right now. We're going to hit on those plays that he missed. The interception on Sunday, learning lesson. He was feeling himself. He was peacocking, and he forced it. I'm pretty sure in the film room, he's like, okay, I had the running back and the tight end. I should have threw it there because it would have been a 20, 25-yard gain. But you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Did you see Jayden tell? I don't know if he told the Cardinals fans that, but I saw him do that versus the Bengals. He was yelling, go home from the bench. I love that. I love a guy that has athletic arrogance, but is not an egotistical maniac, because I love when you're good at something. I love people that are not afraid to tell you they're good at something, but off the field, soft-spoken, humble individual. On the field, killer, talks trash, and knows he is him. I love it, man. I love it. I love it so much. Offensive rookie of the month. Yes, sir. Another one. I know it does feel like we're being pumped. It feels like at any moment, Ashton Kutcher's going to come out. Just kidding. This is not your quarterback. But no, this is our lives now. This is our lives now, y'all. Wear your burgundy and gold with pride, because we haven't even put it all together yet. This is the early process. We're not a good football team yet, but we're finding ways to thrive earlier than scheduled. So we'll take it. We will take it. And like I said last night in last night's stream, if this team somehow finds a way to get their ass into the postseason in year one of this situation, don't nobody better not compare this to Ron in 2020 when we moonwalked in the playoff, 7 wins the year Dak Prescott broke his ankle, because it ain't that. Exactly. Rio, calm down. Rio, show some humility. Absolutely fucking not. We're not even supposed to be here right now. We're out here like, oh, 6, 7, 8 wins. As long as the quarterback looks nice, we're good. No. We have a chance to, if we win Sunday, to be 4-1 for the first time since the Jim Zorn led hip hip hooray Washington Redskins of 2008, quarterbacked by Jason Campbell. 2008, 12 years pre-COVID. Everything is going to be pre or post-COVID from now on. They're the new BC, like before COVID. But 2008 was a long time ago, y'all. 16 years ago. We were all different human beings. Shit, if you're young, you might not even have been here yet. B-Rob talking like ain't nothing wrong. He said he's ready to go. See, we're good. We're good. Nothing to worry about with B-Rob, y'all. Nothing to worry. I'm going to listen to that interview when I get off of here. Terry scored 2 games in a row, and we love that. Keep him scoring. Keep targeting his ass. It's only week 5, and they already trying to flex our game. I know. CBS blocked it like some hoes, but they tried to flex our Ravens game to Sunday night because we're going to all have to sit and watch the Bengals play the Giants on Sunday Night Football. Yuck. Call me crazy. I got me a Jason Campbell jersey. I got the retro in the back. I wore it a couple weeks ago on the channel. I got the 75th anniversary Jason Campbell jersey. First year of AP. Wait for every good. Yep, we're a destination now. We're a destination, baby. When guys are free agent and they're looking for a team to come play for, they're going to see them Washington Commanders and say, I want parts of that. Give me over there, agent. Pass catchers. I want to play for that quarterback. Running backs. I want to get in that backfield and play for Anthony Lynn, Cliff Kingsbury, and Dan Quinn's football team. Destination again. Guys that wouldn't even have imagined talking about it. Only wants to play for the Jets. We're good on that. He's going to the Jets. We already know how that's going to play out. He's going to go to the New York Jets. Jason had all the tools. Yep, we just couldn't put it all together, and we couldn't protect him. Cliff ain't Ben Johnson. The Bears, their coach ain't meet his and he's scared to hire him and his potential replacement. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. But yeah, they fucked up big time. They fucked up big time. Just ran some math. If Jayden continues what he's doing, he's on track for 4,136 total touchdowns. Those are crazy. You're talking about 4,100 combined yards, right? You're talking about combined between passing and rushing, right? Because it seems like he's going to get to 800 rushing yards and over 3,000 passing yards. So I think you mean combined, but if he's on pace for that passing, good Lord, look out. Retro Jason Campbell jersey, true fans, bro, we've been through a lot here. We've been football's hardest soldiers. We've been loyal to this football team, man. 2008 was fun for 8 weeks. 6-2 start. 2-6 on the back end, the most Washington shit ever. That was like the football gods looking at us in the face and saying, no, we are not letting this putrid head coach have a winning season. We are not letting this putrid ass head coach win y'all 10, 11, 12 games. If there's going to be a coach combination that gets Washington to break the 11-win streak since 91, it's not going to be Jim Zorn. So shout out to the football gods for making that happen, because we're talking about a guy who ran the swinging gate play. The swinging gate play in a game is fucking crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But man, this feels good, right? Doesn't it feel good? It feels like we belong. It feels like relevancy. We've been irrelevant for so long. Our quarterback is the damn header of the NFL Twitter page. Like, what? Who are we? Who is this brand new ass football team that took the place of let me put the graphic on the screen. I got to put the rookie of the month graphic on the screen. Talk to our quarterback nice, y'all. Talk to our quarterback nicely. Please talk to my quarterback nicely. I had to put the graphic up. Look at this beautiful graphic, y'all. Clap it up again for my boy. Clap it up for our boy. He's blossoming. He's growing up right before our eyes. He's going to have rookie moments. He's going to make mistakes. Every week is not going to feel as effortless and perfectly executed as what we've seen so far. But boy, the swinging gate play. Okay, I figured it was total yards. No, you're good. You're good. I knew exactly what, because I've been counting the pace too. I see it. Swinging gate play. Stupidest shit I've ever seen. Worst coach in Washington history, maybe NFL history. I think Ron gave him a run for his money with the power and autonomy he had here. But looks like the Browns are trying to trade Amari Cooper. He'll be way cheaper than Devontae. I'd be interested if it costs like a 5th-round pick, because that they saying that his value may be a 5th-round pick. Amari Cooper is one of the main culprits of the most drops in the league from the Browns receivers. They lead the league with 11 drops so far this year. And Amari Cooper, I think he has like 4 or 5 of them shit. So, but it's Amari Cooper at his big age, at his cheap compensation. I would definitely throw a 5th and head him to the room if possible. But I think the Chiefs should be all over that. That's a conference team, but that's not a divisional guy. The Chiefs are desperate for a receiver. I think the Chiefs should be all over Amari Cooper. I think it's Ron, because you added the power and autonomy he was given here. Smash that like button, like my boy Billy Mack said, like Sheen said, Charles said, David, everybody, all the channel members, the Rambler gang in the building. It is Thursday afternoon, and we're just basking in the autumn ambience of another accolade for our quarterback. Tally them up so far. Offensive Rookie of the Month, 3-time Rookie of the Week, 1-time FedEx Air Ground Player of the Week, 1-time NFC Offensive Player of the Week, and he got the Slime Time Nickelodeon MVP of Week. Talk to my quarterback nicely. I know Bears fans are punching air in Chicago right now, but before this month comes to a close, we're going to get to see firsthand. That week is going to be juicy. We're going to get a Bears fan on this channel, and we're going to talk about it, because we get to see the first rookie v. rookie matchup of the season. I know it's a 1 p.m. kick at Northwest Stadium, but the whole world is going to be watching The whole world is going to be watching Caleb versus Jayden on, when is that? October 27th, the last game of October. Everybody's going to be watching that shit. That shit's going to be must-see TV. The return of Caleb Williams to his hometown in D.C. He'll be playing much better football, I think, by that time. And it's going to be everybody having these Jayden or Caleb, did they take the wrong all those conversations that week. It's going to be toxic. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking shit from our side. It's going to be one big ass civil war between Bears and Commanders, fam. And I can't wait for that shit. I can't wait for that shit. Peters will, no, he's probably already looking, but one would have to come available. One would have to become available. The only one we know for a fact right now is Hassan Reddick. I'm curious to see this VR tech. You already know at some point either the Commanders content team or some NFL films or something, they're going to come because they're going to document this shit. They're going to be like, Jayden Daniels is revolutionizing the quarterback position with his cutting-edge technology and VR tech preparation. Should all quarterbacks be using this? You know how they did that with Tua wearing the camera on his helmet? That was a big deal. That was a big storyline for the Miami Dolphins. They're going to be doing that with our quarterback and his VR preparation for game days. Shout out JD5 one more time. Watson got a weird case. Why is he around? I know. That's a very good question. Didn't CBS block them? Yes, they blocked it. So we are still playing at 1 p.m. next week versus the Ravens. CBS, you are hoes for that. CBS said, nah, y'all not taking Lamar versus Jayden versus us. Y'all go talk to somebody else. Y'all go talk to them Bamas at Fox. Y'all not taking our best game of the week. They said, fuck that. Because the Ravens are their moneymaker. And Battle of the Beltway, Lamar versus Jayden, they wanted no parts in that shit. Bears game tickets, they taxing as they should be. That could be the next potential rivalry in this league. Caleb versus Jayden. That's the future. That's 1v2. That's a big time matchup, baby. I can't wait for that one. But we got a couple weeks before we get there. Defining what it means to be a Commander. I've been saying we got to grab Hassan Reddick. I'd be for it, but you better be ready to hand him out an extension or he going to hold out. Also, are we sure Hassan Reddick is in game shape right now? Because the guys that held out for a little bit, it took them a couple weeks to get their legs under them to start the season. We are a month into the season. So not only did he not do training camp, he ain't been practicing. So is Hassan Reddick in game shape right now? Do you know if any player coming off injury will be activated for the coming game? Are we talking about one of the new guys like McGee or Mariota or Obata? Or are you talking about someone like Austin Eckler? Dan Quinn anticipates Austin Eckler playing this week, but that's just his words. We haven't seen it officially, but I think Eckler's back. I love how our owners are doing everything for him to succeed. Josh Harris, the Sixers fans keep telling me, oh, y'all going to hate Josh. Listen, different leagues, different situations, and if we're at minimum a team with a transcendent star and we're making the playoffs every year, we will take that over the last 25 years because in this league, with a transcendent star behind center, you have a shot every single season to get to the big dance, the biggest of dances, not just the playoff dance, the SB, the Super Bowl, the mother of all sports games. But man. Everybody wants a piece of our quarterback. Reddick would be nice, but who can we get that's still kind of young on an expiring contract, like wide receivers and core? See, those are hard. Those are hard to find. I don't know if I'd consider him young, but I think someone that would close to fit that description would be somebody like Christian Kirk. The Jags might be shopping Christian Kirk. I just don't want to add any more dwarf or slot receivers to what we already have here. We have a whole smorgasbord of dwarf receivers over here. I need us to, what they call them, the Smurfs. I need me a route running possession or technician on the outside if we were to go get another receiver for this team. Jayden definitely got that one circle. And you know, Jayden takes it personally. He got that Tom Brady, Michael Jordan obsessive trait about him. He has CJ Stroud's rookie stats saved on his phone. If he's the kind of guy I know him to be, he probably got that shit as his wallpaper. Speaking of innovative, the XFL came out with the Sky Cam before the NFL. They sure did. And the NFL said, let me bite that because we got more viewers. Let me go ahead and bite that. We're going to go ahead and take that up off you. Even Ayuk is struggling. He sure is. And their whole team is on the injury report. The Niners haven't come out smoking, but shout out to Jordan Mason getting it in place of Christian McCaffrey over there. That Bears game could be flexed. Now, there's a really good Sunday night game that week. I don't know off the top of my head, but that week, there's a really good, I want to say it's like the Bills and somebody. There's a really good Sunday. You have to look at the game that's being played. And I think our best opportunity before the last month of the season to get flexed, it was the Bears game. No, it was the Ravens game because that game fucking stinks. It's the Giants and the Bengals. I'm excited, man. Hell yeah, and that's exactly why Noah's big, because he's the ingredient, one of the ingredients we're missing. Out of all the players that could come back this week, isn't one of our players, isn't it Nick Chubb? He needs to sit and rest one more week. Oh, he's not playing though. I don't think he's playing. I think he doesn't get his first game time till next week versus Philadelphia. I could be wrong though. Just think, we haven't even I know, we haven't even put it all together yet. We haven't seen Ben Sinnott get unleashed yet. We haven't seen Jayden bust a 40, 50, 60, 70-yard run yet, and you know his fast ass is going to at some point. We've only hit on a couple deep balls, and we're leaving stuff on the field while dominating. Washington has only punted the ball 4 times in 4 weeks. Let me say it louder if you didn't hear me the first time. The Commanders have only punted the ball 4 times in the first month of the season. We have more scoring drives than our quarterback has incompletions. 23 scoring drives, 19 incompletion. We're scoring on 64% of our drives. We have never seen that type of shit here. If the Bengals keep losing, they might want to shop him in a month. I don't think they're going to keep losing. I think they got a little bit more on track when they played the Panthers this week. I think you start to see them streaking a little bit. I think their whole season was always going to be a T. Higgins last dance situation. One more shot with the band together, and then next offseason, they're going to pay Jamar, top receiver in the league, money, and T. Higgins is going to walk. They're not franchising him again. But I don't know if I see them trading him right now. But if so, I wouldn't mind if Washington got in the mix because I really like T. Higgins. It's time for the Luke McCaffrey. You know who it's time to see? We haven't got our De'Ami Brown bomb or our one De'Ami Brown site. We know this Bama's good for one game a year. One game De'Ami's going to flash. In 2020 and 2021, when Dallas put up 60 on us in prime time, he had a deep ball in that game. In 2022 versus the Titans, he went crazy. He had a one-handed touchdown and a bomb touchdown. It looked like he took it personally, the whole Amon St. Brown thing. Oh, my God, we're finally going to see De'Ami Brown. And then he goes and does what he always do. Last year, it was what should have been the game-winning touchdown against the Seattle Seahawks. Beautiful fucking play. Absolute seed from Sam Howell. Big dick energy quarterback to wide receiver play. De'Ami took it to the crib. We get one De'Ami Brown sighting a year. Is it going to be this week versus the Cleveland Browns, or is he going to wait till Tennessee? Do we play Tennessee again? Because maybe he's only good against the Tennessee Titans. I don't know what it is, but shouldn't it be time for De'Ami Brown to go off? And when I say go off, I mean catch a bomb. Catch a bomb. No, nothing more than that needs to be done. One play, 65-yard touchdown, something of the sort. He is definitely our best receiver running screens, but I don't know. Should we go all in on? I wouldn't even. There's no reason to go all in because there's not a chance in this world the Bengals are not going to give Jamar Chase the biggest receiver contract in the league. I wouldn't even count your chickens or even create these thoughts in your mind. Jamar Chase is not going anywhere. He is elite. De'Ami who? Great question. We saw the documentary in the offseason. We saw the offseason he put together. He's been effective when we run screens, but He's usually Casper the Friendly Ghost. We've had a different leading receiver each week of the season. So it's got to be De'Ami Brown this week, right? It's got to be De'Ami Brown. I'm going to try to speak it into existence. I'm going to put like $10 on De'Ami Brown going deep. I'm gonna put $10 on De'Ami Brown 50+ yards on Sunday. The odds should be good. That should win me a little something because De'Ami Brown going for 50 yards. He may not even be an option on BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, but we're going to see. We're going to see. Smash that like button, y'all. We got over 330 right now. We're going live on a Thursday afternoon. You know, we're kind of like a radio station right now. We're going to run a little radio program. We're all just talking about, we're excited. Sunday's not here yet. I wish it was here already, but Washington has had a different leading receiver each week of the season. He has been wide open a couple times. And that's the job of an NFL receiver. Every NFL receiver in the league has been open a couple times this season. We got to find a way to be effective. We got to find a way for him to be effective. Not too much on De'Ami. Not too much to talk about on De'Ami, but I want his one sighting of the season to come out this weekend in front of the home crowd. It'd be good for De'Ami to see some home love. Go hop into the crowd after you beat Martin Emerson deep for a touchdown, or Greg Newsome. Came out with that hype off-season video, and after 10 minutes, I was wondering where's the hype. Video was fire. I hope that video is not the highlight of it, but we are finding ways to be effective on offense, so I ain't tripping, but is Jair Alexander available? Would fit in perfectly? No. Unless I don't know something, that's a number one corner. I don't think he's available. I don't know why he would be available. That is a very good cornerback. If he became available, you go all in. You go all in. If a number one corner just happened to become available by the deadline, or if Washington, remember a couple years ago where they said Washington called every team in the league to see about their quarterback situation? I am sure Adam Peters and Lance Newmark have worked the phones and checked in on the entire league's cornerback situation, edge rushing situation. I'm sure they have scoured every roster left and right because they know we need some help there. But they also want to see what we have on this roster. And we got some young guys like Noah Igbenogany. Is there something there? We have to let the storyline of Emmanuel Forbes play out, whether you like it or not. Fuck Michael Davis, but yeah, man. How full is Northwest Federal Stadium going to be with fans? It better be full to the fucking brim because we're on pace to get to 4-1 for the first time ever. Asante Samuel Jr. Yes, that's a name I've at least seen mentioned. It's a name I've seen mentioned. Yeah, no, it's Madden. It's not fantasy football and it's not Madden. J.C. Horn. Has anybody other than a fan mentioned J.C. Horn? While he has struggled as a Carolina Panther, I would like to see what a player like that could do. Here's the problem. Another player, I don't think he's available. Would you give the Cardinals props because the Cardinals beat the Eagles last year? Oh, yeah, I sure did. Shout out to the Cardinals beating the Eagles last year helped confirm Washington as the second overall pick. We hopped over Arizona in strength of schedule at that point, and we were able to select our franchise quarterback. So shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, shout out to the Arizona Cardinals again for talking crazy on Cliff Kingsbury's name, for thinking y'all were about to schedule us as a homecoming opponent to whoop our ass and get right on both sides of the ball. Shout out to the Cardinals for thinking they were something and thinking that they arrived because they played close games against the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Them close games, they couldn't walk through that locker room on Sunday. Got that ass. We beat them twice in one game. 28-point victory. That's not what we do over here. That's not what we do over here. We definitely need the 12th man to show up. Cardinals beat the Cowboys also. Shout out to that. You know, we didn't have nothing to do with the division race. I cared about the Eagles game because we were able to hop them in strength of schedule and draft order and draft our quarterback at number 2 because the Cardinals and us had the same schedule last year. And that's why it was flabbergasting to see Like, do they really think they're that much better than us? Like, yeah, they got a established quarterback in Kyler. Buda's good. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be him at some point. But how does a Cardinals team that went 4-13 last year look at us like we're food? Like, where they do that at? Where they did? That's why any fan this week looking at the Cleveland Browns and saying trap game or food, like, who the fuck are we? We're 3-1 right now. We've seen plenty of 3-1 teams go on to be ass. It's early. We're young as hell, and the Cleveland Browns have a much better roster than our current roster. So we can't look at them like the Cardinals looked at us last week. Called them Tweety Birds. Shout out to Greg Zerla. Oh, Greg the Leg. Legend forever. Might get a jersey one day and put Zerline on the back because he's the reason why we get to look up at our quarterback winning awards left and right. I love Ron for sucking so bad that we have Jayden. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Del Rio. Wonder what MAGA Jack's up to in an election year. Shout out to Eric Bieniemy in UCLA. Shout out to all those guys. Shout out NFL schedule makers thinking we were food. Uh-oh. And I love that. They thought we were ass. If we beat the Ravens, I'm going to act like we ain't there yet. 1 week at a time, 1 week at a time. But boy, y'all don't want to see the levels of buffoonery on this channel if we beat the Ravens. Y'all don't want to see the conversations I'm going to have about Jayden Daniels if we beat Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens next week. I don't think he's going to, guys. I think we need to pour one out and accept that they don't think Derek Forrest is good enough to dress on Sunday. And I think we need to move past that shit. That is no longer a storyline here, y'all. He's clearly not good enough based on the eyes of the guys running the team right now. And not one of our fan opinions is going to change that. The Browns are a good football team. They had a bad start to the season. Same with the Cincinnati Bengals. I am on worried about the Browns defense. Their offense is trash, but so is our defense. So it's a push. It's a battle of who's going to get on top of it. Defoe could be traded. They don't play him at all. Is he even on specials? No, he doesn't dress on Sunday. He doesn't dress. He's inactive every week. But back to what was I about to say? I was just about to say something. Damn, I just lost my train of mind. I just lost my damn train of mind. What is Derek Forrest's trade value? Nobody's knocking down our door for a player that's not dressing each week. We got, I know he had a good season 2 years ago, but we can't just think that, guys don't view these players on our roster like us as fans view them. Nobody's calling, hey, Derek Forrest, I'll throw you a fifth for him. I'll throw you a sixth for him. What are we going to get? A conditional 6th round pick in 2029 for Derek? We're not getting any trade value for him. Oh, no, but don't let us do that, though. Don't let us do that with Baltimore. Oh, y'all don't want to see me on here. Y'all do want to see me on here if we do that. They gave us an easy schedule. There's no such thing as an easy schedule in this league. I think on paper and in the minds of fans, there are easy schedules, but the NFL is like the highest parity league that exists. There are no easy schedules. Everything is hard for a team that won 4 games last year. My mama would say, act like you got some sense. Continue to RIP mama, but if we meet, and I feel the same way, Tim. RIP to my mama as well. She would have said, boy, you better act like you've been there before. And God rest her soul, I would have been like, Ma, but I haven't. I ain't been there before. So I got cut up a little bit, Ma. But we're not there yet. He's 84 overall in Madden. We got to stop equating Madden to real life because there's no reason Derek Forrest should be an 84 in Madden. It shows you how out of touch Madden is with real life. But we got the Browns on the schedule, y'all. We got the Browns, and our quarterback is trying to continue the streak. He did it all of September. Are we going to do the same in October? Let's go down his list of accolades and awards right now before we get out of here. What's going on, man? Our QB is the talk of the town. As you can see the picture on the screen. Today, Jayden Daniels was named Offensive Rookie of the Month. He was also named today Offensive Rookie of the Week, the third time in 4 weeks this season. Yesterday, he was named the Nickelodeon MVP. He was named the FedEx Arid Ground Player of the Week. Last week, he was also named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Talk to us nice, Chicago. Talk to us nice, Denver, Atlanta, and New England. Not going to say Minnesota because they're going crazy and McCarthy's out for the year. But I look at y'all rookie quarterbacks. We can't relate to that life y'all are living right now. I've watched Bo Nix win a game where he threw for 60 yards. I've watched Caleb throw for 92 and win a game. What up, Mason? My boy Mason in the building. MVP, most important award. Shout out to Nickelodeon post Dan Snyder. The Dan Snyder that ran Nickelodeon, not our Dan Snyder. Shout out to non-nasty Nickelodeon. But this is exciting, and we should be basking in this. We should not be told to humble ourselves or none of that shit. When you're asked for as long as we've been asked, we're allowed to relish in the moment for a second, but we got more business to it. I'm still waiting on an Allen for Lattimore trade by the deadline. Marshawn Lattimore is a good cornerback still. Is he as elite as he was a couple years ago? No, but he's still a very good cornerback. Now let's look at position value. Why would they trade Marshawn Lattimore for Jonathan Allen? I want to hear the explanation for that because I don't understand how we concoct these trades up. Why would they trade a good number one corner for barely productive in the last couple years as Jonathan Allen? Why doesn't that it's Libra season? Where does that fall on the scale of position value? That doesn't I don't see where do we come up with some of these trades, y'all? But motherfuckers was trying to say we ain't played nobody yet, like we was picked to win any of these games. They're mad. I know we've been underdogs every week of the season. We're finally a favorite this week. We got Cleveland coming in, and that team is better than us on paper. They're better than us on paper. They got a lot of pieces. Bro, they got a top 3 defensive player on their roster. They got a top 5 cornerback room in this league. They got 3 quality cornerbacks. Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson, and Denzel fucking Ward. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is one of the best linebackers in this league, and he got paid as such this offseason. They have 2 good safeties in Hickman and Grant Delpit. They've got pieces. Adarius Smith is not a slouch on the opposite end of Myles Garrett. And Jim Schwartz can dial up defense with the best of them. So when they're all looking at us and they're saying, Washington better beat the Cleveland Browns. No, that's a good team. That's a good football team that is off to a bad start. We're not going to switch the narrative because Washington beat them. Like, to act like the Bengals aren't a good team is crazy. It's crazy. Let Caleb Williams and the Bears would have beat the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday night like we did. They would be, oh my God, this is the Bears we all expected to go to the playoffs this year. Those are the hard knocks Bears. Fuck that. Let them keep switching the narrative. Let them keep flip-flopping, and let them keep trying to justify and excuse make. Our quarterback's handling business right now. How are we feeling about this one now? I got 30-20. I got a close game that Washington pulls away from at the end. Bengals are a playoff team, and so are the Browns. Bengals have an elite quarterback. Let's go get Christian Kirk. See, Forestville, I wouldn't hate it, but I don't want any more little receivers. I don't want any more slot receivers, bro. We got hella slot receivers on the roster right now. Olamide Zaccheaus and Luke McCaffrey can hold down the slot. And Luke is a bigger bodied receiver, but he's nice in the slot. He gets busy, he gets open. But I wouldn't really understand. I know he played in Cliff's system in Arizona, so he is a fit. But do we necessarily need to add another one of those? I would love to see a Mikey Sanders still pick. He's going through it right now. That's one of the hardest positions in the league to develop, the slot corner. So he's going through a lot right now. And it's not even like a specific size. It's not like a typecasted specific number, but you need another boundary receiver. a route running technician or a possession guy, a boundary guy. That's why guys like Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, who could play on the outside, I could see that. I can see that. But I mean, I wouldn't hate it if they did trade for Christian Kirk. I just don't really necessarily think. We prefer T. Higgins too. T. Higgins not available for trade though. Like we gotta we gotta be realistic as fans. A lot of these players that we're throwing out there are not available for trade. They franchised T. Higgins with the plans that you're gonna play your ass in Cincinnati for 17 more weeks. But real test for the offense, real test for the defense too, because for a very long time we've been the slump busters. We've fixed people's offense. We've been the hangover cure for teams when they're ailing. And the Cleveland Browns haven't scored 20 points in a game yet. They haven't scored 20 points in a game yet. And Deshaun Watson is struggling to throw for 170 yards each week. They lead the NFL in drops. They haven't seen Nick Chubb all year, and they're killing themselves up front. A lot of penalties and a lot of ass beatings their offensive line is taking, despite the fact they got Joe Batonio on that line, Jedrick Wills. They got somebody, DeJuan Jones. They got some bodies on that side. Cooper's available. It seems like they've let it be known Cooper's available. That's someone I would be interested in because he's not going to be expensive and he's not going to cost a lot via trade, and it would be sensible. But that's all I got for right now. I'll probably be on this joint later, chopping it up some more. Oh, tonight, watch party. You want to come kick it? I'm going to be going live for the entire Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers game tonight. Watch party style. We're going to be live reacting to everything that takes place. You know the vibes are when we kick it and watch these games. The conversation gets unhinged and goes in many different directions than I intend to, but I enjoy and relish in it. Thank you for watching this stream right now. Our quarterback is going crazy. Smash that like button on your way out. Smash that like button. Oh, yeah, and we got the NFC East Roundtable on Roundtable Sports tonight at 6:15. I'll be on there talking my shit with Jay Tuck, Gary Sheffield Jr., and Kid Blue. I will see y'all a little bit later. Until next time, hail to the Washington Commanders. We are 3 days away. Michael Thomas is ass. I'm not interested, to be totally honest. Even D-Hop's old ass, I could see, because that's not going to cost much. We'll talk about some more later when I go live for this watch party. I'll talk to y'all then, unless some more news breaks before then. Rio is out.